In a world torn apart by hate, especially in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's assassination, Jesus calls us to do something radically different. In John 15, he says this, "I have called you to love one another as I have loved you." Hate multiplies and destroys, but love is the mark of those who truly follow Christ. When the world lashes out in anger, we're not called to blend in with it. We're called to love and to reflect Jesus. Jesus who laid down his life in love. The darker the days become, the brighter his love should shine through us. You know, what's really crazy is I'm reading John 15 today, and I've just been reading the Bible in order of John 1 through 15. I'm on 15 today, and I'm not picking out scripture to match what's going on in the world right now. This is God speaking through his word to us in exact perfect timing, and this lines up with everything that's going on right now. God's just good like that. That's how he works, and he always says exactly what we need to hear at exactly the right time, as long as you're digging into the word to find it. So what is he telling us today? Jesus says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. Every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word I have spoken to you." So this is Jesus speaking to the disciples as they stood up in the upper room, probably just after the Last Supper. So Jesus says he is the true vine, and we are to abide in him if we are to bear fruit. We need to be rooted in him. The branches that were taken away were never properly abiding in the vine, demonstrated by how they didn't bear fruit. If you read a little further, he says, "If anyone does not abide in me, he is cast out as a branch and is withered." So Jesus warned his disciples and us that failing to abide in him means failed life. A branch only has life as it is connected to the stalk of the vine, and disciples of Christ are only spiritually alive as they are connected to the Master. The phrasing Jesus uses here is important. He didn't say, "If anyone does not bear fruit, he's cast out." He said, "If anyone does not abide in me, he is cast out." Our fruit doesn't determine Jesus' love for us. Our heart posture towards him, abiding in him, that's what he wants. And then that in itself will produce fruit. Now watch this, this is important. "I am the true vine," Jesus says, "and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the words I have spoken to you." As Jesus spoke these words to the disciples in that upper room, we sense the importance of it, emphasized by his repetition. Jesus really cared that his disciples love one another, and that they do so, and that we do so according to the measure and quality of his love for us. We are sent out into the world to love one another. But sometimes we live as if we were meant to compete with each other, or to dispute with each other, or even to argue with each other, or to even make it our mission to change someone's political opinion. But no, Jesus said, "This is my commandment." He commands this to us, that you love one another as I have loved you. Jesus commands us to love, and his love at once is the measure and source for ours, as it was for the disciples. Unity instead of rivalry, trust instead of suspicion, obedience instead of self-assertion must rule our lives. Jesus said, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friend." Jesus described the measure and the quality of his love for us, to use as a pattern for the way that we should love each other. His love is complete and of surpassing greatness, laying down his life for us. So in a world full of chaos right now, we must not be vengeful or argue or hate or any of these things. We are to be the vessel of Christ and to set the example of righteousness that Christ set for us, and love one another. Pray for our enemies. Pray for God's will to be done. I know everybody's heart is heavy after all this is going on, but if we abide in his love, we will bear the fruit of that. Remember that.